again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Sunday, I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far, and thank you so much once again for joining me here today. So today we are building a large family home in Willow Creek. This house consists of 6 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and can sleep up to 8 Sims. So if you are a big family game player and you need a big, happy, family friendly house for your Sim families, then this could be the house for you. So the exterior of this house was actually inspired by a reference image I found on Pinterest. I did make some small alterations as I usually do along the way. The exterior of this house took me around an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 25 minutes, something like that, which is typically longer than I would normally spend on an exterior of a build, but given the size of it, and I also did something really fun with the roof on the top to allow a balcony from the master bedroom, which you will see when we get onto that portion of the video, but it's not very eloquently executed, I suppose you could say. I make a lot of mistakes because it's been such a long time since I tried to do a roof like this. So speaking of which, here we are attempting the roof. Now, this is where I started to get really stuck. So it kind of came out and then it went on a diagonal and then it went back in on itself, but obviously you have to blend the roof pieces in so that they sort of like flow together so they don't look like 3 different roof pieces, and I struggled. It looks like I've nailed it here but not quite, and yeah, I decided to keep all the footage in just because then you can see my struggle. This is what stops me, and it's not what stops me, but it kind of makes me a little bit anxious to do like real-time builds or streams, because I do this quite a lot with my builds. It doesn't look like I make that many mistakes when I'm building, but I do, as a lot of people do, I'm sure, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind if I made mistakes and stuff like that, but I don't know, it just makes me anxious for some for some reason. So I've pretty much got it here, and then after I'd finished the roof, I realised that the decking part underneath wasn't matching up at all. Like it wasn't quite reaching where the roof went, so that when you put pillars on the floor, they'd start on the grass instead of on the decking. So I had to start fiddling around with that. So I'm gonna blame this roof for the reason it took me so long to finish the outside of this house. And then I was really indecisive on colour schemes. I mean, that's not news, I'm going to be honest. I tend to go through quite a few options for colour schemes and things like that, but oh yeah, I really went through it on this one and it stumped me. And I actually started this build well over a week ago now, and I really liked it when I first started it, and then in typical Rachel fashion, the more I looked at it, I was like, oh no, I really don't like this, so I don't think I'm going to release it. And then I came back to it and I was like, oh no, actually it's quite nice, so maybe we'll do a little bit more work on it. The windows stumped me, as I was saying, the colour scheme stumped me, the landscaping, it just, nothing seemed to flow like it normally did, but the end product is actually quite nice. It's probably one of my nicer family homes. It's very typically suburban as well, and I love that about this. And fun fact, I was about to tell you a lie. I have built on this lot before, but it was years ago, and it was before I started my YouTube channel, and I ended up not even finishing the house, so I'm not even going to count it. I've never built and completed a house on this particular lot in Willow Creek. It's a very sizable lot, as you can probably see, and then it's really funny, I'm just watching this back, I do decide to just demolish the decking and start again so that I can line it up correctly with the roof, and it ends up looking a little bit more sophisticated than it did before. I just thought it was really funny. And also, if my voice is a little bit raspy, it's because it's like 9 o'clock in the morning for me on Sunday morning, and I haven't just woken up, but I haven't really been speaking that much, so it might take me a little bit of time to get my voice warmed up, so I do apologise, hope it's not too annoying. Hopefully we'll get that. I do have a drink with me, so I might pause and just take some sips as and when I need to. Excuse me. That feels a bit better though. So yes, this is where I was struggling with the exterior colour scheme, and my voice has gone so raspy. I'm so sorry. So I was initially thinking like grey and white, and then me being me, I was like, that's a little bit boring. For some reason, I can't seem to make, like, I don't want to call them bland colours, because there are people that can make like just white houses look amazing. I don't think I'm one of those people. I'm just not. So it took me a little while to figure out, like I said, the landscaping and the colour scheme, which subsequently threw me off the entire build. But what you're seeing here, the shape is pretty much identical. And then the flower boxes, I must have changed my mind on flower boxes about 100 times, which I know sounds absolutely ridiculous because it's such a small detail, but it can add so much to a build or take so much away from it. So I wanted to make sure that we got the right one. We ended up going for the hot pink ones from the base game anyway, but the house sort of shape that you're seeing here is the house shape that we end up going with. So nothing too major changes. There we are with the hot pink flower boxes. I do like these. I really, really like these. I don't use them very often, but I just thought this house kind of, it was screaming for it, in my opinion. You might think differently, but if you don't like the pink, you can always just change the colour. Anyway, the only thing that I do change that you may notice from the beginning is the window at the front. Again, very minor. I don't know why I'm even mentioning it. I don't know how many people will even notice, but I'm using majority of windows from Cats and Dogs currently as the shape and sort of style currently stands. But I end up changing the front window to the big bay one from base game that kind of protrudes a little bit because I thought it added just a little bit more to the house. It was looking a little bit flat as it currently stands, in my opinion. It was looking a little bit flat, and I don't know whether it's just me and sort of my eye and style, but I love that window from the base game. I use it in quite a lot of my typical suburban houses, and it feels like I haven't used it for quite some time. I think the last time I used it, I built like this huge Generations family house. I'll link that up in the top right hand corner for you now if you haven't seen that one. I think that was the last time that I used the window that I'm talking about, but I ended up changing it off camera, which is why I'm probably making such a big deal about it. So I just didn't want you guys to think that I'd just changed it without realizing that I'd changed it. Anyway, landscaping. I went nuts on landscaping, as I normally do. What else is new, right? But with the landscaping, I really went to town. And again, it kind of threw me off because I had the pink flower boxes. So I felt inclined to include some pink within the landscaping too, but I can't remember if I put any of that in the footage. This footage, I think this house all in took me around 4 hours to build. So I had to compile a lot of the footage down. As usual, I included footage of one of the bathrooms being decorated, but not the other two, because I tend to keep my bathrooms the same. If you've been around here a while, then you know the reason for this, but my bathrooms are pretty much the same. So if there's more than one bathroom in a build, I'll tend to just keep footage of the one bathroom in the build, and then I'll cut the footage out for the rest of them. Hallways, I didn't include footage for. I included a little bit of footage when I was doing the back garden at the end of the build, but although it looks like there's a lot of space in the back garden, because I put that much, like I put so many flowers and trees in there, we ended up with very minimal space. So there's like monkey bars, there's swings for the kids sims, to go outside and play, and there's a barbecue area, there's like planter boxes so your sims can plant some seeds if they want to. Other than that, there's not too much going on, and there's like a little seating area as well, but anyway, I digress. So the landscaping stumped me just a little bit, and what's ironic is that I was planning on filming a landscaping tutorial today. I'm going to see how it goes. I don't really know what to do, because I will be filming a video tomorrow with the new kit that is being released tomorrow. It'll probably just be like a little apartment or something, just showcasing some of the items, but I didn't know whether to record a tutorial, and I think I wanted to start with like a landscaping tutorial. And then I was thinking, do I start with, like how to just build a basic house shape? I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably put a poll up on YouTube and on Twitter, so look out for that one, and just ask you guys what tutorial you'd like me to film, and then I'll probably just get that filmed today and see how it works. I've never done a tutorial before. I'm not the best at explaining things, so I'm not going to promise anything, but I feel I should maybe share some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, things that I do that maybe other people don't do. I don't know whether I'd call it a tutorial, but more like how I would build a house or how I landscape. Maybe that would be a better way to do it, and then at least you know that it's not like an advice video, because I probably don't do things right. Anyway, as you can see, lots of landscaping going on in the back garden as well, bringing in a little bit of pink as well just to match the planter box, which planter boxes, which I thought was a really cute idea. Can you tell it's 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning? I can. Yes, the back of the house changes ever so slightly off camera, but again, nothing too major, nothing that I felt needed to put into the footage. So I hope you don't mind on that one. And I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to take a sip of my drink. That's a little bit better. You're just going to have to deal with my voice. I am so sorry. I maybe should have waited a little bit to record this voiceover. However, I just wanted to get this video out because I'm really excited to share it with you. So this is the interior. We're just organising the floor plan here, making some adjustments to the window placements and such. So the downstairs features a hallway, a downstairs bathroom, living room, kitchen, dining room, and 2 bedrooms. So the 2 bedrooms down here I envisioned for 2 slightly older children. The house is pretty much designed for children and above. There's no toddler beds here. So the family that I had in mind for this was a family with older kids. So if you've got toddlers, then again, it wouldn't take much just to swap out one of the kid beds for a toddler bed. I struggle with making toddler rooms because they can't really do much. So I was like, I'll just keep them all like kid-friendly rooms, and then if you need to make any adjustments, you can. This is the kitchen. The whole house has this sort of neutral, very calming colour scheme, which, please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't feel like I have tackled in quite some time. So it was really nice just to like do this really fresh and sort of youthful interior. And yeah, it's really nice. It's got like hints of modern with contemporary, along with like some sort of, I don't know, like classic suburban look as well, which is kind of what we were going for. But yeah, I really like the interior of this house, but this is the 3rd attempt at the kitchen. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm always honest. 3rd attempt at the kitchen, and I had to step away for a whole day. I was like, something's not clicking in my brain today to do an interior. So I had to step away for a little while and then come back fresh and ready to tackle it again. And then this is what we ended up coming up with. So I'd started with the kitchen in this house so that it kind of set the tone for the rest of the rooms. So you'll see the style for the entire house is pretty much the same. The kids' rooms are even kind of similar. The ones upstairs are a little bit more cluttered and a little bit more fun than the ones downstairs, but my idea was that the younger kids were on the upper floor and then some of the older kids are on the ground floor, because realistically in my head, I talk about this all the time, I'd want to put like older kids on the ground floor because mum and dad's room's upstairs or the parents' room is upstairs. So just for safety, I feel like that would probably be what people would do. But yeah, really like the kitchen actually. I love the archways that we've decided to put through from the living room and then leading to the dining room as well, which I think was really nice. The dining room even has a big fireplace, which I think would be so nice at Winterfest for your Sims to just snuggle up and have a big meal together. It's just a really nice house. It's a great size, and I think it's really good for gameplay too, because it feels quite open and light and fresh and airy. So I really hope you guys enjoy playing in this house. Play tested to the best of my ability as far as I'm aware. Pretty much everything works. There's going to be something that I've forgotten to test because it's such a big house, and I struggle with remembering what to sort of play test and who I should be bringing in and this, that and the other. But if you do encounter any issues, then I apologise profusely. I try my best, but sometimes something falls through the cracks. I am only human. So kitchen is pretty much done. There's even a little armchair here. I also put a dog bowl in the kitchen, or a cat bowl. You know, if your Sim families want a dog or a cat, if you want to remove one of the kids from the household. There's a twin room upstairs. There's 2 twin rooms upstairs actually, so if you've just got one child Sim to move in there and your family has a dog or a cat, then this is perfect. But this is the dining room, again bringing in the same colour scheme that we had in the kitchen. Very neutral with pops of green, just to bring in a little bit of colour. And this room actually came together relatively quickly, considering I'm not an expert at dining rooms. They stump me for some reason, more often than not, because I don't quite know what to include. More often than not, my house in real life doesn't have a dining room. So not that that's an excuse, I'm just saying that I haven't even managed to furnish a dining room in real life successfully. So that's maybe one of the reasons that I struggle in real life. But Very good size. I figured because there were so many Sims potentially living in this house, they would need a separate dining space. And then also we have the bar stools in the kitchen, and then there's like a smaller dining table there too, maybe like a breakfast table. So kind of like, excuse me, like a more informal table. So this I really like. I put in this cabinet here from the Dream Home Decorator kit pack. What is going on with my brain today? The Dream Home Decorator pack that goes in the corner. I think that looks really nice. And yeah, that's pretty much the dining room finished. Then we move on to the living room. So a lot of items from the Dream Home Decorator pack because they kind of embody the style that I wanted this house to have. So here we are. The living room's a really good size. It's slightly awkward where I've put the sofas, but I wanted to include a fireplace in here. I wanted this house to be, you know, like I said, contemporary and quite modern, but I also wanted it to be really cozy too. So it was important to me to include some fireplaces because there's nothing like a good fireplace in a house. Again, my house in real life does not have a fireplace. I live in a new build 3-story house, so fireplaces in these kinds of houses just are kind of unheard of unless you put one in yourself and it's like a fake fireplace. Anyway, yeah, living room is really nice. I can imagine the family would spend a lot of time in here. I was going to include a games console system so your Sims could maybe enjoy like a family game night or something, but a lot of the kids' rooms have a games console and a TV in there. I know, posh, right? I think the family that lives here have a lot of money. I can't remember exactly how much it's worth. I think it's worth like 180,000 simoleons or something, but that's what you get when you use as much clutter as I do in my builds. I am so sorry. But yes, the kids pretty much each have their own games console system, but I don't know how realistic that is in terms of real life right now. I think a lot of kids have a games console system in their room, along with, of course, a TV. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, living room came together really quickly. I found that once I got my groove on after I'd done the kitchen and the dining room, it came together quite quickly. So it was really nice to see it sort of come together, and finally I was just like, I can't believe I've finally managed to nail the style that I wanted. So I was really, really happy with this one. And I've started to clutter up a lot more surfaces. I don't know if you've noticed that in the last few videos. Probably not. I mean, who does, right? But I've started to clutter up more surfaces now, just to add a little bit more detailing to my houses. I've been cluttering up houses and like my builds in general for quite some time, but I've really started to delve into doing it on the surfaces as well. I'm trying not to be lazy with that, just to add a little bit more realism. So this is the downstairs bathroom. It's a full bathroom. It's a very, very good size, and it's just really handy to have, because if you've got as many Sims as this in one house, you're going to need at least 3 bathrooms. They're all full bathrooms, I believe. Are they? Yeah, they should be. Obviously, one of the bathrooms upstairs is the ensuite from the master bedroom, but I'm going to have to... No, it is. They are 3 full bathrooms. Again, really modern, contemporary, just fresh and clean, and I really like this bathroom. There's not much going on, but I think it ended up looking really nice. I'm not the best at decorating bathrooms. They kind of stump me sometimes. I tend to just use the same items and then hope for the best. But this is one of the downstairs bedrooms. This is my 3rd attempt at this particular bedroom. I kept going too far with like the silly colours and then the clutter, and I was like, it's not in keeping with the tone of the house. And so what I envisioned here, it could either be a guest bedroom or it could be a room for a student Sim who is visiting from university, or it could be for a teen. No specific gender in mind. I didn't really have. I just wanted to keep it really neutral and fresh and fun. So hopefully we achieved that with this one. I really like this room actually. It's a really nice size, and I really like the colour scheme that we went for, this sort of like mint green. I think it's really nice. It's not a colour that I tend to gravitate towards for my builds, although I'm just thinking now about some of the kitchens that I've built in the past, and I have delved into like the green that you get with the green, the the Dream Home Decorator pack. Wow, I think I need a coffee. Anyone else? I should have made one, really. Silly me. This is the other downstairs bedroom, and what I envisioned here was possibly a child Sim or a teen Sim, maybe a child Sim that's just turned into a teen Sim. It's kind of childish, but it's not. I don't know how to explain. It's kind of like in between being really childish and quite grown up. So maybe, like I said, you've got like an older child or a teen in here, because why would you want to have like a really young child on the ground floor unsupervised? And then what if the house got burgled or something? Like, that would be awful. Anyway, that was put a bit of a dampener on the mood, didn't it? I do apologize. So yeah, this is what the downstairs bedroom. I really like how it turned out, actually. And this was, I think, my second attempt at this. I wanted to try and turn it into like a twin room, and then in my head I was thinking, well, you can only have up to 8 Sims, and the bedrooms upstairs are quite a bit bigger than the ones down here. So I was like, well, if I'm going to put like twin Sims in a room, I'll do it in the bedrooms upstairs rather than down here. So I really like the colour scheme that we're going for in here. Very soft wood tones with pops of like this natural green colour. There's a little bit of yellow as well. I just think it looks really, really pretty. And again, no specific gender in mind for this one. You can move whatever Sim you like in here. I tried to keep each room gender neutral because I don't know the dynamics of the families that you guys play with, so I think it's sometimes safer to just like stick with the neutral colours. Every now and again I'll delve into like the classic pink and blue and purple and stuff like that, but it was really, really nice change of pace to just keep everything relatively neutral. And yeah, pops of yellow in here. It's just a really, really happy room. I would have loved to have grown up in a room like this when I was younger, although I had some very interesting colour schemes in my bedroom, chosen by me, by the way. I had like bright turquoise, I had bright yellow at one point. My mum and dad must have just been like, oh no. Anyway, this is the upstairs. It took me a little while to figure out the floor plan, and then after I'd figured it out, I started decorating, and then I realised that there wasn't even a door to the master bedroom. What a fail on my part. There wasn't even a door to the master bedroom, so I ended up doing a little bit of jiggery pokery off camera, but it's no biggie. So this is one of the twin rooms up here. The only thing that changes in here is the colour of the bed sheets. I'm just going to address that because I ended up changing the swatches to that like blue and red swatch that came with it, just because it made it look and feel a bit warmer. This room, I love this room. My thought process in here was it was catered towards, in my opinion, like two like twin boys, but again, it's not gender specific. You can put whoever you like in here, but that was sort of my thought. It's a little bit geeky. There's some Star Wars stuff going on in here from, I'm so sorry I'm going to say it, Journey to Batuu. If you don't have that pack, that's fine. There's not a lot going on in here in terms of the items that I used. I just thought it'd be really sweet and like a little geeky sort of room for the twin boys, or whoever, like I said, whoever you want to put in here. And they've got a little area over here that's like a little gaming area. So they've got a TV with a console, and there's like I think we put a seat as well and some cushions. And yeah, it's just a really nice area for the kids to enjoy some gaming together. And yeah, I really like it. It's like I said, it's a little bit geeky, and I love that because I'm a little bit of a geek too, so love it. Wardrobe in here as well as drawers, and I know that's a bit weird, but the room could take the 2 items, so I figured why not. I feel like in real life most kids would have like a wardrobe and chest of drawers too. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Kids have a lot of clothes. I don't know, I don't have kids, so not entirely sure. Anyway, this room is almost done. And I don't think I use them enough, but like these, like, I don't want to call them skateboards because I don't think that's what they are, but like with the alien abduction on them, I love that so much. I do not use that as much as I could or should, but I thought it would be a really good opportunity to use it in this particular room because the theme was kind of, I don't think there's an alien theme going on, but there's definitely some I was going to say Star Wars. I meant like space. There's like some space stuff going on in here, so I thought, oh, that kind of matches, you know? And then, does anyone else struggle with, like, you know, like when you have a space behind the bed like this, like what to put there without it looking ridiculous? Am I the only one? I genuinely struggle, and like, I ended up just taking it all off and then just putting one poster on there because it was just looking too much. It was looking far too much. I'm probably overthinking it. Anyway, this is another bedroom up here. My plan for this was it's for like an older sister, I guess. That was kind of the thought process here. This is kind of her own space where she can just escape to, away from all of her siblings, her parents, and it's just like her oasis. You know, she's turned this room into an oasis. She's got a flat screen on the wall with like a media wall. It's not really a media wall, you'll see in a minute. It's not that special, but my thought process was that like she can just come up here and chill out and get away from everything. So this is the TV that she has, and then we end up putting some of these up. That's what kind of like why it reminded me of a media wall, even though it's not. Anyway, not much going on in here, but I wanted to keep this really, really grown up, and then I thought, nah, let's put a teen in here. I don't really know, like, I'm starting to think in my head now, like, how old are these parents if they've got like a few older kids and then a few like kids, you know? Anyway, I'm sure you guys will make it work. I don't know, I'm just here to build. So yeah, I really like this, and this like rose bouquet from My Wedding Stories, I was initially not going to put that in because I don't know how many people have that pack, truthfully, but if you do have it, then I just thought it worked really well in the room. So anyway, this is the bunk bedroom. I love the colour scheme in here. It's like a soft mint with like a turquoisey blue. It's just so nice. I tried to tie everything in with this lovely rug, and the bunk beds are from Base Game, and we just kept them in this really nice sort of neutral white swatch. So again, whoever you want to put in here, go for it. And I don't know, there's like 2 twin rooms, right? So maybe this family had 2 sets of twins. Wow. Could never be me, but anyway. Perfect, like I said at the start, perfect house if you've got like a big 8-sim family. And I know a lot of people play with 8-sim families as well. I mean, how you do it, I don't know. I struggle to play with 1 sim without killing them, setting themselves on fire while they're cooking, so fair play to you, honestly. Fair play. So just adding some clutter items in here. This room came together ridiculously quickly because I filtered most of the items by colour, and then I just started throwing stuff together. And then once I let go of, okay, well, everything has to be only green and blue, and I start introducing some slightly different colours in some of the different items, it just makes it easier for me to find stuff to sort of place. I do end up moving these cushions from underneath the mirror because my sim had a problem using the mirror. I should have realised that there and then, but anyway. This is the master bedroom. Not much going on in here. This came together ridiculously quickly, and as you can see, they have an ensuite, and then of course they have these lovely double doors that lead out onto the balcony. Can you imagine having a balcony like that off of your house? Like, that would be so nice. You could just like lay out on the deck chairs. Oh, beautiful. So yes, not, like I said, not much going on in here, but I don't think it really needs to have much going on in here. I don't think the parents of this house particularly wanted a lot of clutter in this room. I mean, look at the rest of the house. It's pretty much in keeping with the rest of the decor, and that's what I wanted. Apart from the kids' rooms, some of the kids' rooms, like some of the older kids' rooms, definitely stick with the style, but you can't really do that with younger kids' rooms. I mean, they're kids, you know, they're going to make a mess. They're going to want bright colours in their room. So then we nip outside very quickly just to add some activities for your Sims. So we've got a seating area, a barbecue, a swing set, monkey bars, some plantation boxes and things like that. But I think I'm gonna leave you guys to enjoy the screenshots at the end, but you can get this house from the gallery right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box below. You can get them for free from Sim File Share. But thank you so much everyone for joining me here today. You all take care, and I will see you next time I post a video. Bye.